So, good evening, everyone. Are you ready for class? Are you alert? Are you paying attention? Are you energized? Are you just in a mind frame to learn something new or kind of just refresh on something that you probably know already? Let me know. Yes, you're ready. Anybody else? Guys, you have to be interactive because I'm going to be asking you questions here, there, and everywhere. Yes, teacher. Okay, Elaine. Ready? Alexia. Sonia says you're ready. All right. Awesome. Okay, so some person said that they don't have Chat GPT. So you're gonna go into Google if you can. I know some persons probably only have one device. If you have one device, don't worry about it. You can watch the replay, right? So you can Google Chat GPT, and it's this option right here. You not seen anything? Um, Anne Marie, you may need to do the same thing that you did in the class you had a while ago. Scroll over your screen, swipe over your screen. From they said what, left to right? Is there anybody else that's not seen my screen? You're going to Google Chat GPT, and it's the first option. And you create an account. Accounts are easy to create. Accounts are usually email, password. So I'm not even gonna walk you through that process. So just tell me when you guys are ready. How many persons am I waiting on to create an account? About three? And guys, you only have to do it if you have multiple device. Because if you don't have multiple device, I kind of want you to watch so that you can always implement the steps after. So who am I waiting on to create a chat GPT account? I will do mine later. All right, no problem. We're doing a very easy step still, Janelle. This one is not complicated. All right, so while I'm waiting on you guys to create your chat GPT account, let's talk about Amazon KDP. What exactly is Amazon KDP? What does it really mean, right? KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. You as a regular person, you don't have any certificate, you don't have a degree in English, you're just a regular person who has a passion for whatever reason, probably like poetry, probably you just, probably have a special needs child and you want to kind of, write something educational about how to handle special needs children, whatever the case is. You are a nurse and while you were going through your studies, you found some techniques that assisted you in passing your exam and you want to write a little, cheat code or whatever the case is, whatever book you have in mind, right? Amazon allows you to create that book and publish it on their platform, and persons are able to buy the book from anywhere in the world. So similar to how you would go on Amazon and you just shop for anything you want to shop for, persons are able to buy the book. So here is how it works. You create the book in a digital form, right? So nothing is printed as yet. You upload it to the Amazon platform. And when someone goes on the platform and purchases the book, that is the time that it becomes a physical product. I'm going to give you an example. So I'm going to search for my name, and it's the same way. Persons can come on Amazon, search for your name or search for your book name. They are able to see the books that you have created. This one is not mine, right? So these are some of the books that I have created. One thing with me, I don't gatekeep, right? So while I may not show you to do the specific book, everything that I would have implemented to create my book, you will eventually learn some way, somehow. You understand? So let us pretend I'm a customer. So a customer would be able to type in my name on Amazon. They're able to see what books I've created. This does not exist in a physical form at this point. It's only digital. When they add it to their cart, when they pay for the book, when they check out and everything, that is the time that guess who prints the book? Do you think that is the time I have to find a printer to print the book? Or do you think that is the time Amazon prints the book? Let me know what you think happens next. Amazon, Amazon. Anybody else? Amazon prints the book. All right. But we know stuff then, man. We can't have this call. Right. So that is the time Amazon prints the book. Not only does Amazon print the book, Amazon also ships the book to the customer. That's what we call print on demand, POD, right? So that's what we're pretty much learning here. How can we create a book, have it on Amazon? Amazon does the printing and the shipping for us. And of course, because they're doing that for us, you know that we have to pay them some amount of money, right? So we pay them for two things. One, for the printing of the book, and two, for the fact that they're processing the payment on our behalf as well. You know, a lot of us are in certain countries. We probably don't have access to PayPal. We don't have access to Stripe. You know that these two payment options are globally accepted, right? So persons from anywhere in the world can buy from you if you have those payment options. But a lot of us don't have access to that. And so Amazon is the middleman that provides a universal payment option so that you can have a customer in Japan buy from you, customer in Trinidad, in the USA, in the UK buy from you, and it's not an issue where payment is concerned, okay? Now, the way I teach KDP, I don't teach it in a way and tell you, publish your book on Amazon and depend on Amazon's algorithm to push out the book to get customers for you. That's not how I teach KDP. I teach it in a way that you have to do some amount of marketing. So if you are serious about being an author, you're serious about, writing books for whatever reason, then I show you how you are able to market that book, or I teach you to market that book. And this is something that we're going to go in. Once we have submitted all of our books together, then all of us can go through the phase of marketing our books together. Marketing will look different for each of us based on the type of book that we have created. But all of us are going to be marketing our book at the same time. Marketing your book, guys, not a one-day thing, not a one-month thing. So you have to be in it to win it. Are we in it to win it? Let me know in the chat. Are we in it to win it? All right, Sonia alone. Okay, I see you. All right, in it to win it. Let me tell you something. I want to give you some testimonies, right? I may not be able to pull up all of them right now, but I'm going to give you some testimonies. And I don't feel like you have any reason not to trust me because I don't tell lies. So, right. I've had students. First of all, where is Steffi? Let me see if Steffi is on the line. Is Steffi on the line? Steffi is not on the line. Steffi is one of my students from Trinidad. And she came in and she learned KDP and she created a book. It's a little handbook that she created. I, that teach KDP, have never done a book launch before. And this goes to show you that it doesn't matter anybody that has been doing it for years and what their success has been, that has nothing to do with you. You come in and do what you know you're supposed to do or what you want to do, right? And Steffi had a book launch. I think she said it was 3,040 Trinidad dollars, which is equivalent to like 90 something thousand Jamaican dollars in one day from her book launch. That is one example. I have another girl. She came in on a free trial of online earning potentials in 7 days. So she learned KDP in 7 days. And she created a fasting book. She sold a lot of copies on Amazon. She sold a lot of copies in person. And she's literally she's just amazing. Persons got church to order their books. Persons got bookstore to order their books. So the possibilities are there. But guess what? You have to market. You have to make persons know that, okay, you have this. So I see that you guys are in it to win it. And so we're going to get started. So that is the overview of KDP. All right. So we're going to go into ChatGPT now. All right. So let me give you some more information about KDP. When you're creating books on Amazon, you can do paperback books, which are similar to your children textbook. So you see like how your children textbook, it kind of has a flexible cover or even the cover of novels. That's what paperback books are. You can also do hardcover books. So some children books are hardcover or some Bible are hardcover, so you can't really bend it. It's very sturdy. So you can print paperback or you can print hardcover. You can print in black and white or you can print in colored. You can do puzzle book, devotional, coloring book, storybook, notebook, any type of book that you can think of, you're able to create it. If you're doing a paperback book, the minimum pages that you need is 24. If you are doing a hardcover book, the minimum pages you need is 76. Put it in the chat. How many pages for paperback? Want to create a paperback book? 24, 24, 24 is the correct answer. 24, minimum of 24. So it can be 25, it can be 29, it can be 500, but a minimum of 24. If we want to do a hardcover book, how many pages do we need minimum? 76. Correct. So for this training, because let me just repeat for persons who weren't here. I'm doing our KDP session a little bit different than how I usually do it. I know some of you it's your very first time, but some of you it's not your first time. So what we're going to be doing, instead of me normally going through a whole session and we do multiple things in the session, we're going to break it up into sections. So today, we're only focusing on formulating our book idea. That's all we're doing today. So for a part of the session, I will show you how to formulate your book idea. And for the other part of the session, I want you to formulate a book idea and share what you've gotten with us. So share a chapter of the story with us, right? We can make it you can use our imagination because what I'm going to be showing you is not something real. I'm going to just imagine something, right? Okay. Put a one in the chat if you're a natural writer, like you write for yourself. We are recording, yes. You write for yourself, you're good with the English language, you're a poet, whatever the case is, you write for yourself. Carl Brown, Janelle Reed. Anybody else? All right. So you guys write for yourself. For persons who write for themselves, you can pretty much skip this step or you can utilize this step to enhance what you already do. So for instance, AI can enhance things. So let us say, for instance, me, I am trying to write a book about my life. Instead of me sitting down and say, okay, how do I put this into words and stuff? I literally can come inside ChatGPT. So we're on the ChatGPT screen now. Hold on a second. We are on the ChatGPT's home screen right now, right? Interface is pretty easy to understand. Right? The prompt in here, whatever command, whatever it is that we're asking it, we put it in this chat box here and we send it off. But I'll show you eventually. And then there's an option to record. So for me, I'm writing a book about my life story. I'm not going to sit down and put pen to paper, but I want it to be factual, right? So I can come into ChatGPT and record my life story pretty much, or if I want to even write it out, whatever the case is, and it can pretty much enhance it. So it can, structure it in a good a way that captures the reader's attention and it can build, kind of, give you different words on how to phrase your sentences and put whatever in paragraph and categorize it by, different chapters. It can help you with that, right? And so if for persons who already write, you can either write it yourself, that's totally fine, or you can use ChatGPT to also enhance it. I teach you how to do KDP using Canva. So I don't use Microsoft Word. I normally teach you how to do it using Canva, right? I also do not teach Kindle books. I teach printed books at this current time. For those of us who are not, let me see who and who were boasting in the chat. For those of us who are not like Anna Kay and Janelle and Carl Brown, okay, and Anne Marie that writes their own books, I'm going to show you what we can do to stay in the loop, okay? So you can literally come into ChatGPT and it can help you with an idea that you have. So let us say that we want to create a book, right? There are certain things that we need to know. First and foremost, are we doing a hardcover? Are we doing a paperback? That will help us to decide how much story we really need. How long does the story need to be? Or it doesn't have to be a storybook. It can be a journal. It can be a Christian journal. It can be a business journal, whatever book you are doing, right? In this case, I'm going to do a storybook. I don't have any idea in my head right now because I wanted the whole experience to be very authentic. But if you guys want to help me, you can definitely put it in the chat. So I normally write for children. I'm a children's author, right? Let us write a book for children. I'm going to say for 6 to 12-year-olds. So I want it to be a fictional book, right? You can give me some ideas what you want us to write the book about, and I'll show you how we can formulate the book idea. Anybody? Anything random? Anything comes to your mind, we can fix it up. Anybody? I'm trusting that you guys road safety. All right. Okay, I love that. All right. So I can say to ChatGPT, I this is a lovely book. Look here, man. You got ideas. I want to create a book for, I said 6 to 12-year-olds. And you can use natural language. You can use natural language, right? I want to create a book for 6 to 12-year-olds that teaches them about road safety. So I'm going to also expound on it. I want it to be in the form of a story. I see iPhone Nordica put something in the chat. I'm also going to incorporate that. Where Mia, who is a little girl going to school for the first time, is being taught by her older brother, Miguel, how to be safe on the road. Right? So I want to write a book for 6 to 12-year-olds that teaches them about road safety. I want it to be in the form of a story where Mia, who is a little girl going to school for the first time, is being taught by her older brother Miguel how to be safe on the road. One, so you can tell you, so if you want a particular lesson to be taught in it, like the what do you call that? The importance of obedience or something like that, you can incorporate anything that you want. I don't recommend coming to ChatGPT and saying, write a book about this and don't give it any context. I always try to put personalized stuff in there. So you see, we put a name in there. We want the little girl to be called Mia. We want her to have an older brother called Miguel, right? One of the lessons taught inside the book can be the power of, not the power, the importance of obedience. This should be I'm going to say 32-page book that I am creating for Amazon KDP. Please write the story for me. That's it. And we would have clicked on the arrow and it would, send off the prompt, right? So it's basically reaffirming. Yeah, we could go into that detail. So it's reaffirming what we have given it a while ago. You don't have to use the same format that I use, but in terms of how much information you give it as much information as you can. By default, AI platforms will create Caucasian children or adults or whatever. So if you want to be specific and say, okay, they are Black kids or Hispanic kids or whatever the case is, you can say that. If it's a case where you want them to live in snow or in sunshine, you give it as much information as you want it to. So it's reaffirming. So you want a 32-page book for kids 6 to 12, and it's, yeah. So Mia's first walk to school can be the title. Don't really like that title. I would choose a different title. So we have based on the age group, it's going to make the information age appropriate. So if you were writing a novel that's for an adult, it wouldn't have said, okay, page 1, you wouldn't have done it like that. So let's take a look at what the story says. Page 1. It was a bright sunny morning in Kingston. Now, my chat GPT knows I'm from Jamaica. It's trained to know me. So, yeah, it knows where I live. Sometimes it even writes in patois. It was a bright sunny morning in Kingston. Today was Mia's first day walking to school. She was so excited she could hardly sit still at breakfast. Mia, said her big brother Miguel, I'm walking with you today. I'll teach you how to cross the road safely. Mia's eyes lit up. Really? Can we leave now? Soon, Miguel laughed. But first, you have to listen carefully to everything I say. Road safety is serious business. Mia nodded, her curly hair bouncing. Outside, the sun warmed their faces as they started their walk. Mia skipped ahead, but Miguel called out, Mia, stay close to me. Never run off near the road. They reached the first corner, lesson 1. Miguel said, holding her hand. Always stop at the edge of the sidewalk before you cross. Mia stopped, her shoes just touching the curb. Good, Miguel said. Now look left, right, then left again. Mia looked carefully. I see a car coming. That's right, said Miguel. We wait until it passes. No rushing. What do you guys think about the story so far? I know we haven't reached a long way in it, but in terms of what we said we wanted the story to be like, and in terms of how accurate it is in like a real life scenario, how are we feeling about it so far? It's good. It's good. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Great, very good. It's impressive, sound real, exciting, excellent. It's engaging. Yes. Listen, okay? Awesome, all right. On point, all right. When the road was clear, Miguel held Mia's hand tight. Walk straight across, no running, he reminded her. Together they crossed safely. I feel like, the person that gave this idea, listen, listen. Right now, I need to be reminded because I afraid I care so much. Love it, and it doesn't sound like a robot. Exactly. It does not sound like a robot. Anyways, when the road was clear, Miguel held Mia's hand tight, walked straight across, no running. He reminded her. Together they crossed safely. You can't wait to start doing it? Ah! Was that so hard? Miguel asked. Nope, Mia grinned. But what if I'm late? Miguel stopped and looked her in the eye. It's better to be late and safe than to run into danger. Obedience keeps us safe. Why? Miguel sound like me and mother because Miguel he's grown properly, okay? Mia nodded slowly. She understood. Safety first. As they walked, they came to a busy intersection with a traffic light. Lesson 2, Miguel said, we only cross when the light is green for us. Hold on a second. Okay, listen, the visual pictures, I guess this would have been where you see. What do you see? How is it? Is a hand that goes up that would be green to say go? Is that how it goes? Other than the
Or,
light.
or a
Standing
walking,
up and a walking person
a
with
So
you.
walking
the walking person would have been green?
green.
Okay, because listen, I need to read this book.
Most times it white though.
Most time is white. Okay, I need to read this
Mm-hmm.
book, okay? Okay, thank you so much. Alexia is asking, can pictures be added to the story? Yes, Alexia, but I kind of want to leave that until next week because after we go through this story, it depends on how much time we have. After I've done this exercise, I also want you guys to try as well. So if you want to kind of try while, can I tell you, Anna K? Because look at big me ask. It needs to be published for real. Um, hold on. We only cross when the light is green for us. Let us hear how it really goes. Because listen, but there are no cars coming, me appointed. Even so, we wait for the green man. Oh, the man is actually green, Miguel said firmly. And you know what I love about this? Mia has a point. Like for a little girl, she has a point because a while ago she just learned that okay, if a car is passing, we need to stop and wait for the car to pass. But now she's saying, I don't see no cars. Okay. I don't see no cars. Why can't I go? So I love that it's like a real, it's real relatable, real life scenario. So they waited. Finally, the little green man lit up. Miguel smiled. Now we can go. Mia walked carefully beside him. I'm glad we waited. The cars came fast after all. Exactly, Miguel said. Obedience is always fun, but it protects us. Isn't always fun, sorry, but it protects us. They passed a parked car. Lesson 3. Miguel said, never run. Oh, look here, y'all. This book is for sale, okay? Do you guys have any children? This book is for sale. Anybody have any children and want to buy my book? This book is such a great book. This book is such a great book. I'm so impressed. Anyways. Lesson number 3, Miguel said, never run out from behind parked cars. Drivers can't see you. Guys, am I the only one that's impressed? I'm just smiling. I'm just smiling. Mia peeked around the car. I can't see much either. That's why we step out slowly where drivers can see us first. They reached the school gate at last. You did great, Mia, Miguel said proudly. She beamed. Thanks, Miguel. I listened to everything you said. Miguel knelt down. That's the secret, listening and obeying. Now you can walk safely every day. Mia hugged him tight. I promise to always be careful. As Mia walked into school, she felt proud. She was ready for her first day and ready to stay safe. Guys, let me give you an idea while we're here and learning. Put a one in the chat if all of us are awake, because I'm realizing that some people are sleeping. Okay. All right. All right. Anybody else awake? Okay, we're awake. I feel like this could be a series, and a series is a great way to get people to shop with you multiple times. So if we have a parent that buys this book and the parent just love Mia's story, literally Mia's story can be Mia does everything. Mia's first day of school, Mia is allergic to ice cream, Mia first learning to run. Listen, hey, Mia would be the next Hardy Boys and the next Nancy Drew in children format. Listener, Mia does everything because Mia is Dora the Explorer at this point, teaching the children everything they need to know. Mia learns about her body parts. Listen. Anyways, um, as Mia walked into school, she felt proud. She was ready for her first day and ready to stay safe. And from that day on, every time Mia reached the road, she remembered Miguel's words: stop, look, listen, obey. Because being safe meant being smart. That's a complete story, paced for 32 pages, including the title, the dedication, the illustration, and all that. So it only gave us 24 pages of like story, but remember that we would have been inserting different pictures in front. So this is lesson 1. This is lesson 1, right? And I want you love it. Okay. So I want you guys to do something similar, not similar to this in terms of the concept, but in terms of what we've learned so far. So who can give me a recap of what we did to get to where we got to? Anybody? And you can unmute and do it. You don't have to type it in the chat because it will be kind of lengthy. Anybody want to unmute and give us a little recap of what we did so far?
Can you hear me?
Savania, go ahead. And then Rebirth can go ahead as well.
Okay, so first we would have established that if it's a paperback book, it's 24 pages minimum, and for the hardcover, it's 76 pages minimum. You went on to using a prompt in ChatGPT. You gave it what you'd want your book to be, the storyline, in addition with the niche for the book, which is toddlers, children age 6 to 12. And if I'm missing anything, I guess other person can add to that. I don't remember.
Okay, that's a problem. Thank you. Rebirth, what did you have to say?
So first of all, you actually...
You're a bit low.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you much better now.
So first of all, you made us understand the reason why we want to write a book and create in a digital form. First of all, you explain what Amazon KDP was, and then how we should be doing our marketing, and then explain how if we want a paper book, hard copy, and so on and so forth, how it should be, and then write to capture the reader's attention, and then the chapters and all that, and yeah, and then we went to ChatGPT, and then that's how it started.
Okay, thank you so much. Alrighty, so I want you guys to go into ChatGPT, right? We just want the reason why we're doing a paperback is not because we don't want to do a hardcover, but because we would have needed 76 pages to publish a paperback. And I want all of us to be able to get some form of accomplishment from all of that we're doing here, right? I know I would have skipped out, well, not skip out because we don't reach there yet in terms of creating a KDP account and stuff. I'm not going to do that on a live session, but I'll provide you with tutorials on how to create your KDP account when we get to there. So we don't need a KDP account right now. So going to ChatGPT, give it an idea. You want to create a book. What age group is it for? What is it about? If you want to name your characters, you name your characters. You can tell it what moral lesson you want it to teach, or, yeah. And then you ask it to write the story for you. You can say it where you want them to live, whatever the case is. Like I said, you don't have to use it for a storybook in this way. Let me show you another example. But if you want to use this format, you can definitely go ahead and use this format. Another example is, for instance, I want to create a book for newly wed. It's a devotional that is biblical and teaches them how to honor each other in a biblical way, for want of a better word, right? Give me some ideas on some topics that I could cover. So it can, probably not necessarily a case where you just, want to write like a story, but probably, you want to write a devotional, you want to have some stuff, some particular, you want it to be based on a particular thing, and you want ideas for topics of it. And then you'd further break those down. So 15 topic ideas. We can talk about God's blueprint for marriage, so the purpose of marriage, seeing marriage as a covenant, right? Leaving and cleaving. I don't even know what this is. Healthy boundaries with parents, friends, and past relationship. Listen, becoming one flesh in every area, spiritually, emotionally, financially, the power of praying together, communication in God's way, forgiveness and grace in marriage, love as a choice, not just a feeling, intimacy and purity after I do, money and stewardship together. Guys, you see what's happening? You literally just said, it's great. That's exactly my point. It is great, Tanya. You just have a concept in your mind, right? Even if it's a case where, because let me tell you something, I would not advise you to use AI to create a book that you don't really know anything about. So, like for me, no, I wouldn't come and say, create a book about lashes, because I don't know anything about lashes. AI is prone to make mistakes, you know. So even in a case like this, yes, it's being recorded. Even in a case like this, you want to make sure that you still have some amount of foundation that you are working with, right? You want biblical context. And I love that it also gives you biblical context. God's view of sex as holy and good. Hebrews 13 verse 4. You now can go into your actual Bible and say, what is Hebrews 13 verse 4? What does it say? And kind of ensure that your thing is factual. But what I real who is that? Tanaj, be careful of your microphone, please. But you will have an idea, but you're not thinking about everything. So when you bring that idea into any AI platform now, and it just open your mind to some possibilities that, you know, building each other up, serving each other, friendship as the foundation, cover. First of all, this needs to be a book. This needs to be a book. This needs to be, but yeah. So, you know, so you can either do one or the two. You can do hold on a second. You can do one where you write the actual story, or you can do a prompt where you say, okay, this is what you want to write, and allow it to give you some of the topics. So that is the assignment. So we're giving you 5 minutes. It's 5:55, so 6 o'clock. Or if it is that you are finished with it and you want to share, so you can just, Anake, your mic is open. So if it is that you do it, so you put in the
Let me close
prompt
it. I mean,
you put in the prompt in ChatGPT and you've already gotten your response, you can just unmute and share. So tell us what the prompt was, and you can give us like the first chapter or something. The assignment, Britannia, go into ChatGPT. I showed you 2 ways how to get your book information, right? One, where you want it to write the story for you. So you give it the prompt on what to do. Or if it's a case where you are trying to write a book, but it has different segments and you want ideas on what are the different topics that you can put in the book. So either one of the two. Do you guys understand the assignment? Right. Anybody else understand the assignment? Okay. So once you have done that, you're just gonna unmute, tell us what the prompt is that you gave it, and give us a little piece of what you got from it. That is the assignment. That's all we're doing today. In the next session, based on, well, I'm using my screen to teach. So based on what we did today, in the next session, we're going to create all of the images for the different scenes in the book. Probably give you like a sneak peek if you guys do good with the assignment. So the assignment is due in 4 minutes because it's not very hard. So not all of us will get to share, but at least even if you don't get to share, you have something to work with. You understand? So, anybody ready as yet? By the way, while we're waiting, I know not everybody is doing it. Are we learning anything so far? Are we enjoying and interested in learning more about how all of this comes together? Let me know. Sonia says yes. All right, Savannah. All right, Nikki. So I'm trusting that everyone else that's not saying yes is actively doing something on ChatGPT. All right. We're counting now. Let me know if you have any questions based on what we've done so far. If you have any questions, you can ask. I'm here to answer your questions. Digital Dynasty, go ahead.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so my book is about a Christian father who needs guidance with, you know, his children and stuff like that. So
Okay, so what was the prompt?
the prompt is I want a book for Christian fathers, a devotional that is biblical and teach how to honor his children, wife, and God. Give me some ideas and some topics that I could cover.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
So it gives me like the foundation of fathers called honor your wife, honoring your children, the father as leader, challenges and renewal. So that is basically a little bit of what it gave me, but it also gives me subtopics under those topics. So I have like 22 subtopics, prayers, scriptures, and reflection.
Can you share some of those with us?
Okay, so from honoring your children, fathers, do not provoke your children. Ephesians 6, verse 4. Discipline with love, not anger. The power of blessings, speak biblical blessings over your children, and being present, not just providing. Time and attention matter. Training them in the way they should grow. Proverbs 22, verse 6. Discipleship at home. So stuff like that in the honoring your children part.
So, how do you feel about, based on what your thought process was like when you were saying, okay, I want to create such a book, based on the information that it has given you and the ideas, how do you feel about it? Is it in alignment with what you were hoping for?
Yes, it's in alignment, but I want it to go deeper. So I'm going to edit the prompt some more and go deeper into it. So it can be more spiritual in a sense.
All right. So in that case, in terms of editing the prompt per se, so basically, since it would have already given you the information, you're just basically going to add to the prompt. So you can say, I want it to be more, give it the new instruction. So you don't necessarily like have to start over. You can just continue and say, I like this, but I would like for it to be more XYZ. All right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Alexia, go ahead. Alexia, you may go ahead.
Okay. My phone, I try to navigate my phone to go back find chat GPT. All right, so my prompt was I want to create a book for first time moms dealing with baby and life after birth. Lessons on how to be a great mom. Um so it gave me the subtitles, so like the book ideas, a guide, a gentle guide for new moms. So that's the book title. And then it gave me Welcome to Motherhood. That would be page 1 to 4. Caring for a Baby, page 5 to 14. And then no, it said section 3, Caring for Yourself. And then section 4 is Life After Birth, 23 to 28. It gave me subtitles, so that balancing home and baby, simple routines that actually works, relationship. But then I wanted that wasn't giving me what I really wanted. So I wanted like a guide, like, so it says page 1, welcome mama. You're you've just stepped into the most life-changing journey, motherhood. You may feel joy, fear both at once. That's normal. This book is your soft this book is your soft space to land, a little reminder that you're not alone. And then it has page 2, the first breath together, and so forth.
Okay, so how do you feel about the results that you've gotten thus far?
It's good. It's good, but it probably could have some more details to it, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the output that you get from AI is based on the prompt that you give it. So if it's a case where you wanted more, like so you can give it context. So for instance, instead of being vague to say, okay, mom, like living life after birth, you could,
Mm-hmm.
kind of go down a little bit more into it, like what exactly are you looking for? So you could say, I want to teach them how to take care of themselves, not just to focus on the baby, to pour back into them. So when you give it
Okay.
more context of what you're looking for, it would have given you a more in-depth answer. But that was really good.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. Britannia says she's finished. Go ahead, Britannia. Guys, are you liking the results that Digital Dynasty has gotten so far? And Alexia? Okay, Britannia, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good
So,
evening.
so I wrote that I want to write a book, a biblical book for new Christians who is on a journey and would like to understand Christianity more along with motivation. So it gave me step-by-step plan for a biblical book and describe main goal. Ask yourself, what what do you want to be guided? How do you want to be guided by this book? And it gave me suggestions like choose key topics every Christian should know. Who is God? What salvation means? Prayer and Bible study. Why is community in a church is good? So, and for the next one, it gave me add motivational for each lesson after each lesson. So it said teach about forgiveness, and then it says share a short story within the book. So for the motivational, I'm guessing it's saying that I should pick a topic and then give a story based on that can motivate a new Christian.
Okay, that sounds good.
So
Who's-
far
Mhm.
So
No,
far
go
I
ahead.
like what it's giving, but I think I want it to be more specific on certain stuff. So I guess I would have to make little changes to the prompt.
Right. So yeah. So what are the stuff that you wanted to make some changes to do?
Because when I'm asking for to write a book, a biblical book, I thought it would have given me more actual stuff that can be teach that we should know as new Christians. I didn't think it would just give me like basic outlines of the book, if you get what I'm saying.
Um, no, I'm not sure I understand it. Is it that you wanted them to explain the outline, or wanted it to explain the outline, or you wanted the outline to have been more
But
concentrated and more deeper? What are you
yeah,
saying?
I wanted the outline to be more concentrated.
Okay, it's like I said, it's all in the prompting.
Okay.
It's all in the prompting. So you can say, all right. So another method, because while you were talking, I was thinking of this as well. Another method is, for instance, if you want it to be like if you're creating a book about you can say, like, for instance, I want to write, like, for instance, you're trying to write a book about your life story. You can say, I want to write a book about my life story. And you can say, ask me some questions to basically help me to, or you can give it some information. This is the life that I lived. This is where I'm coming from. This is where I'm headed. Ask me some questions to, get more information out of me or get more personalized information, right? You can kind of do it like that. All right. Let me go ahead, Britannia.
Yeah, no, I was
Deidre,
just
give me a
saying
second.
thank you. I get what you're saying. So in order for it to do what I want, I have to give it more information and not so on the surface as a
Right.
prompt.
So even you as a new convert, right? So you can say, I want so let me tell you something. You see, the more when you speak to it like a friend and give it a lot of information, you get a better output. So you can say to it, I am a new convert. I am a new convert. And I am, I'm trying to search for stuff online to learn more about Jesus or salvation, or I don't fully understand so you can tell it what are the things that you as a new convert are looking for. And so you're saying, I want to create a guide for other persons like me who are facing this kind of situation. And when you give it the context like that, even in the first thing that you would write, like probably like a author's note or something like that, when you give it that information, it will literally write the author's note in a way that it will, for instance, say, I'm creating this book because I was like you. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm get what you're saying.
Right. So we're just testing it out. But yeah, the more context that you give to it, the better that you will get a response.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Who was it that had unmuted? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so I asked ChatGPT to create a book that guides couples on growing their communicating skills and their intimate relations. And it did give me a topic, a couple's guide to communication and intimacy. And it gave me a book overview. It told me that the book blends psychological and practical exercises and real life scenarios to help couples. And then it gave me chapter 1, the foundation, why communication matters. It gave me subtopics, the role of communication in emotional safety, common myths about good communication, and chapter 2, listening to understand, not to win, active listening techniques, reflective statements, and emotional validation for some of the subtopics there. Chapter 3, speaking with heart, how to express needs without blame, and using I statement versus you accusations. Chapter 4, conflict as a path to connection, healthy versus toxic conflict, the repair process, what to do after a fight, conflict rituals, how to pause, reset, and reconnect. Chapter 5, building emotional intimacy, vulnerability, and trust building, daily check-ins and emotional temperature readings, journaling prompts for couples. And chapter 6, rekindling physical intimacy, understanding desire differences, create space for sensual connection, exercise touch map and sensory date nights. Chapter 7, love languages and rituals of connection. So for me, very good. Touch on some deep areas that I know that couples, would normally overlook or or don't understand that well. So it was very good for me.
All right. I'm happy for you. Yes, those topics are really, really good. And I'm going to show you guys step 2 now, right? So for persons who did it like this, which is the last one that I show you, where it only gave you an overview of what you can have in the book. Let us take it a step further. So now that we have gotten the topics, right? We can then, let's just say, for instance, topic 1, we can copy it and say, write the chapter on basically this would have been topic 1. So write the chapter on God's blueprint for marriage. And we can just click on the arrow and send off that information. Right? So remember, it's a devotional. So the scripture that we're using is that is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. So in your case, you can tell it the same thing. So this is how it would have given it to us in the way that we got Mia's story written out word for word, page for page. But the thing is, you don't want to just, if you're doing it like this, so you're writing a compact book like this, you don't want to just come and say, oh, I want to write a journal about what did we use? Newlywed. And just say, okay, give me chapter 1. You kind of want context of where are we going with this. You understand? You want the full overview of what would be in the devotional before you say, okay, give me chapter 1. Because like for some of you, you would have said, oh, it's not deep enough. So you don't want to kind of waste your time and just say, okay, start writing it. You understand? Give me an idea what I can have inside, so that you can then go ahead and review this and say, okay, I want it to be much more deeper. I want you to take out this, or I want you to add this. And then once you have the blueprint of what you're looking for, because this is a longer form, this is not as simple as me as road safety. So you want to ensure that you have the full overview of what it's going to be. That's why I would have done this part first. And then once you have gotten that, you can say, okay, let's start with chapter 1 if it's a case where yours is chapter related. So this is it now, giving us what the devotional would have been. Marriage wasn't invented by culture or government. It was designed by God from the very beginning. Before sin entered the world, God looked at Adam and said it wasn't good for him to be alone. And it will go down into it and give you more information. So the homework that we're going to get today, you don't have to do every aspect of the book, but the homework is, if you did this method and you got all of the topics that are needed, right, you can start fleshing out the book. Bear in mind, it's automatically saved. It's automatically saved. So when you come back into ChatGPT, you'll be able to find it over here. So you see, I have me as road safety underneath it, and I have the new book up here. So once you come back into ChatGPT, it's automatically saved. Janelle said. Janelle said she love our book. So your homework, now that you have the blueprint of what the book is going to be like, you can start putting the story together. You can start putting the story together so that when we come, if it's a case, probably depending on the type of book you're doing, maybe your book will not need illustrations, but probably it also needs illustration. So illustration is kind of what we're going to do next, because we're using Mia as the example. So because Mia is the example, I already have our story. We're going to get the pictures, but I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, okay? I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, don't worry. But let me know if you guys have any question. Are you satisfied with what you have learned? Are you ready to go and implement what you have learned? Let me know what you are feeling like at this current time in terms of the training and everything. We are pretty much wrapping up. So we're wrapping up now. We're not really gonna stay too long. So within the next 15 minutes, we're going to be wrapping up. So, you guys understand what the homework is all about, correct? Where are my people? Where are my people? Hold on a second. Let me see if you're commenting behind this. Yes? All right. Do you want to see a sneak peek of what the illustrations can look like? All right. The homework is that for persons who would have done this method, you are going to basically tell the AI to write the different chapters for you. Of course, you have to read it through. You can add stuff to it. So if AI give you something and you want to add something to it based on your personal experience or based on your expertise, you can add something to it. Or if you get something and you're like, I don't really want to talk about that, or I don't like the way how you phrase that, we can always edit it. I've learned a new way to get more out of ChatGPT. All right, not a problem. All right, so Mia's book, right? And I don't want you guys to rush this process, you know. I'm just giving you a little sneak peek. Don't rush the process. Let us do it together next class, which is on Wednesday. So we have all of our story right here, right? Next thing that we would do, which is what we're going to do next week, for me, I need to learn how to expound my prompts. And okay, just give it as much information as you can. Talk to it like you're talking to a 5-year-old, like explain every single thing. This is exactly what I want to the T. So talk to it like you're talking to a 5-year-old, or talk to it like you're giving somebody instructions. Same time, 5 p.m. Now that we have our story, I'm going to say, please give me the prompts to create the images for the story. Oh, in my case, I need to put that they are Black children. I can also say I want the images to be 3D Disney style. It can be 3D Disney style. It can be cartoon. So next time when not cartoon, it can be illustration. So next time when we come, we can, see the difference. Will it be uploaded afterwards? Yeah, man, you're gonna always have access to the training. So I'm gonna say, please give me the prompts to create the images for the story. They are Black children. I want the images to be 3D Disney style. I will send off that prompt. All right. All right. So you can do it in different AI platforms. I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm just going to show you 2 images from it, and then that's it. We are packing up. Don't ask me what tool I'm using. Don't ask me anything because I do not want you to go and do it before we get to it next week. So may I skipping ahead? I'm gonna choose a square. So this is one prompt. And let us see the next one. All right. I don't want you guys to rush the process, okay? Well, the little boy is supposed to be Black as well, but that's fine. So here we have it. We can do some changes to the prompts if we specifically want her to, yeah. Listen, I'm not even going to explain anything to you guys. I'm not going to explain anything to you. I'm just going to run the prompt and that's it. I'm not explaining anything to you because we're just, yeah, we're not going into that today. We're not going into that. Yeah, we're not explaining anything. We're not fixing anything. We're just a show you say we can get image. That's it. Not explaining anything. That's it. Don't ask me anything. So that's it for our class for today. We can definitely get the illustrations and we're going to work on the illustrations for next class. We're not talking about this, okay? So that is it for our training for today, guys. I'm so happy that you were here. I trust that you got some amount of value, right? Excited. I love this class. I trust that we got some amount of value from, spending time here. And I can't wait. How do you pronounce your name? Nakea? Go ahead.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Can you just quickly remind me of the number of pages required for each type of book? So how many for paperback and how many for the hardcover?
24 for paperback, minimum hardcover 76.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Right now I feel like my shy butterfly. Shy butterfly, what do you mean? Unmute and tell me what you mean. Because I love to hear things, What do you mean you feel like your value gone up? Shy butterfly, give me some context of what we're talking about. They say you learn new things, you charge more money. That's what you're saying. You're shy. Oh, that's why you are called what you are called. Okay. Okay, I see you. Anyways, loves, thank you so much for being here. I will definitely alert you when the recording is ready.